Good evening and welcome back for the nightcap here at the Bucks County Curling Club. This features throwing the Blue Rocks, a very fun team from Chesapeake, with skip Julie Samatolis. And I think I got that right, so she usually goes by Julie T. So skip Julie Samatolis. Vice, Mooch Healy. Second, Joyce Johnson. Lead, Craig Weisgerber. And that Chesapeake team will be throwing the Blue Stones. That's right, it's the Blue Stones for Chesapeake. And they are opposed by Nutmeg, Thunder Rock. That team has Mark Zakin, Barb and Bob Baroni, and throwing lead, Rana Zakin. Hammer belongs to Chesapeake, and we're underway. So I'm here, Deshmel chillaxing with you for the rest of the evening. Maybe if she decides not to be shy, Sue Nedrak will pick up a headset. Shot here, curls nicely around the guard, performing the takeout. Great shot by Bob Baroni. So Julie T calling the draw down. And I hope she was watching a few stunts before, because that's not going to be enough ice for a draw down.
Patty goes, don't throw it light.
So I'm joined here by the winning skip of the last draw there, Nancy GBDH. So Nancy, how'd the skip rocks feel?
Oh, wonderful. My lead said, my second said, just don't throw it heavy. Just throw it light, and we'll get you there.
And she was sweeping it right away.
Yeah, I was light. That's why.
Well, Patty usually has a pretty good sense of where the stone's going.
Yeah, for sure.
So with that, when's your next game, Nan?
I think, play at 10:10 tomorrow.
10?
I think we're streamed.
Oh, wow, there you go.
I think so, yep.
Well, you might get to hear me call part of your game.
Oh, that would be lovely.
All right, fantastic. Well, excellent. Well, go Broomsack. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Dave.
Still could be good.
That's right. You get post-game interviews here. This stone from Nutmeg a little bit too heavy. We had a good quick turn by our ice crew here to keep us on schedule. It could be you, Gelman. That's fine with me.
Very shy.
Sue Nedrak is too shy. I just think she doesn't want to give up all her secrets.
Doesn't want to give out what?
You don't want to give up all your secrets.
Yeah. I have so many.
All right, so that draw attempt came up a little bit light.
That's not us.
Julie T asking to come underneath the guard. I believe this is Julie's third visit to our club. She was here for the Big Buck and Bonspiel in September. That's always a heck of a good time. They're looking to make the takeout now. He thinks he missed it. Doesn't realize that he didn't make it. So Mark for nutmeg calling for the draw under.
Oh, here, you can have this one.
No, I'm just saying no. We're down to
I know a dog that takes care of that stuff. He says you need to sit.
Julie calling for another takeout. They're going to have to get on this one real quick. Waited for it to curl, and it might have waited too long. And they did. Then it's going to skitter wide. That leaves nutmeg line shot. So the first for the nutmeg skip is on its way. Stone's picking up a lot of curl. Going to get very close to his guard. And by close, I mean it's going to come right up onto it. We have games going on all of our sheets. On sheet C, it is Philadelphia with Jay Ruzick. Currently against a majority Bucks County team with Tom Vespo from Ardsley thrown in there at skip. On sheet D, we have Ivan Duke from Philadelphia. And I have to look at the draw to see who they're curling against. Set with nutmeg sitting 1 on the forefoot. Real good would here would be full 8. This one's going to come on down. It lost handle. So it's going to leave Julie T a draw for 1. Needs to be full forefoot. All right, so the final stone in the first end. Julie Samatolis. All right, this one's got a good shot. There you go. You hit it, and you're 1 for sure. It's closer than I thought for second shot, so they're going to take a good look at this. Well, we know it's 1 blue. Now we're going to figure out what the second one is. Devices take a second look at it. If they go take a third look at it, I'll personally hand them the measuring device. All right, and it's going to be a measure. On the far side, we keep our measuring device in between the sheets. Measures being handled by the devices. We are paying attention to the live chat, so if there's anything you want to yell at me about, go ahead. Okay, so they're around to the first one. And it doesn't even look like it caught it. They're going to go around again. Must be pretty close. Now this measuring device is sensitive to 1/1000th of an inch, so I think they're, yeah, see, they moved it up too much, which kind of tells me that it's blue. All right, so they're satisfied with their first reading coming around. Looks like blue to me. Let's see. And blue it is, so it's a score of 2 for Julie T in the opening end. Over on sheet C, Jay Ruzick scored a single point to open up his game as he skates out to help sweep with his 1978 model Brownie.
watch at home, so listening.
All right. Now this don't.
Crazy Julie.
Yeah, crazy. What? Get Crazy Julie T. So for those of you who don't know how Samoutlis is spelled, it is T-S-A-M-O-U-T-A-L-E-S. Samoutlis.
Dave smells, my man.
Oh, thank you, man. So Chesapeake trying to sneak one in there. They will just sneak past the guard. Now is it going to hang on? It's going to be behind the tee line, but still a pretty good shot. Just biting the back four. Now this is Nutmeg's second lead stone, so no peels available yet, so he elects to draw. They're by the guard. The question now is the weight and the line. It's back house weight, it's through weight. And Julie sweeps it through. For those of you who have never been to the Bucks County Curling Club, we invite you to come on down for the Crooked Billet Bonspiel. That is Kentucky Derby weekend. It is an open format 32-team Bonspiel. We do a special thing for the Kentucky Derby, serve everybody mint juleps. All the food and hospitality, beer and wine are included. And those entries, it's coming up February 1st at high noon. It fills up very, very quickly. So if you want to get in, make sure you set a reminder. I'll tie a string around your finger. Or if you want to be really, really sure to get in, get a millennial to do it for you. So now that we're after the fifth rock, this is rock number 6, these takeouts can occur. So that's the option that Nutmeg is taking. Going to take out Julie's guard on the center line. Tracking nicely to be a nice peel. And like a banana, it's opened up. Julie wants to put something back in the general neighborhood. Well, gonna need a little bit more than 2 feet of ice. So this is gonna end up all the way in the back quadrant of the 8-foot. Right through the back quadrant of the 8-foot. We've been seeing curls of about 5 to 5.5 feet in both directions early on. Along with very good speed, running a consistent 24.5 to 25 seconds. I had some reports earlier that a couple creeped in the 26 range on hot lines. So definitely fun ice to curl on. And we're trading hits now. On sheet D, it was 2 points for the Ritchie rank of Broomstones over Ivan Duke. They're playing their second end. And Dave Palazzoli from Utica put up a single point in the first end. He's wearing his nifty Utica Ice Crew jacket. We don't have jackets, so if anyone wants to sponsor them, we'd be happy to accept them. Playing my good friend Mike Miner from Cape Cod. He's here with Lori Benton, Dave Benton, and Maura McCarthy. Some really, really fun people to be around. This one's got a lot of steam. It's going to make it all the way through. So, decision time for Julie. We have 2 stones are behind. They're both behind the tee line. So you got to figure out what you're going to do. All right. Looks like that Julie's made a good adjustment for the ice. And the stone's away from Mooch Hesley. Gotta love a curler named Mooch. They're on this one behind the tee line. They take care of that, and it's going to be sitting 2. Keeping the pressure on Nutmeg. They're trying to draw underneath that 2 guard that's there. It's on the way down. It's taking the break. Now it's all about the weight in line. This one looks to be in a pretty good position, and it's going to settle right on the tee line, dead under cover. Now, if Julie wants, she can come get that, because that guard is high enough that you can curl underneath it if you like. That does appear to be the shot call here. Do have to watch that you're careful not to jam on your own here, because that would be unfortunate. All right, so Mooch has the broom for Julie. And here we go. It looks like she was just a skosh outside by Mooch's indication. But with this weight, it might actually be okay. It's given it a good chance, but it's going to slide on through. And Mark will escort it the rest of the way out. So it's sitting 1 Nutmeg right now. It's the first stone for their skip, Mark Zakin. Might be Zakin. Somebody knows, let me know. Thank you. I wasn't sure, so I just phoned a friend over here. It is Zakin, so I apologize.
Yeah, you can use Prince of Darkness.
Of what?
Prince of Darkness.
The Prince of Darkness. Ooh, there's got to be a good story behind that one. You have to go to the seedy part of Bridgeport to know that story. So the Prince of Darkness with his first stone. It's going to sneak around the guard and go to a very, very dark place that's buried. But it does stick out the other side, so Crazy Julie has some options here. The Prince of Darkness. I'm going to have to find that story out. There's enough nutmeg people here to tell me eventually. So Jolie T with her final stone in the second end. She's facing 2. And they are on it hard off the bat. Hard for line and hard for weight. Trying to get past the guard. Pushing it every inch of the way. Are they going to get it past the guard? And no, it's going to wreck. So that leaves His Royal Highness the Prince of Darkness a draw for 3. He needs to be at least halfway in the 8-foot, the 8-foot circle being the white circle that we see. The circles are only used to indicate the distance from the center. Every rock scores 1. The scoring is much like bocce. Only one team can score per end. So Mark Zakin with his final shot, second end. All right, Bob and Ron are taking a look at it. Now Bob wants to go, and going they are. They need to drag it to be at least halfway into the white. They got to go now. The vice skip comes on up. Are they going to get all the way there? And they're going to be just a touch short, but it will still be a score of 2 for Nutmeg, and it's all tied up after 2 ends of play. We'll be right back. And we're back picking up the action here in the third end. Tied up at 2. Chesapeake throwing Red Rocks. They have the hammer, the last stone advantage. And Crazy Julie T trying to pick out the red nutmeg stone. Gonna end up opening up her own, and that's fine. You do want to have it open when you have the hammer. Couple of scoring updates for you over on sheet C. The Bucks-Ardsley combination has tied it up after 2 ends. It's tied up at 1. And Utica steals a point to take a 2-0 lead over on sheet A. Over Cape Cod. Now we have Nutmeg trying to draw under here. And that is going to carve underneath. No real double takeout available here, so you could slash it for sure. And pretty sure Julie just said, let's get the top one, and if we make the slash, so be it, we're okay with that. And it looks like they're going to curl past the top one, maybe get the redirect. Well, we did get the kiss, but get the one in the back. They're sitting 1 for Chesapeake right now. Mark Zakin calls for the takeout from his second, Bob Baroni. Bob using one of the stabilizers that's similar to the one that John Benton uses. This looks pretty good if you're red. That's really good if you're red. And that leaves Nutmeg sitting 2. Now we got Julie T chasing a little bit here. With the way the bracket is, we're going to have one more first draw, just a single first draw, because we have 34 teams. That'll occur tomorrow. Chesapeake successfully takes one out. All right, here's Barb Baroni with her first stone. Looking to curl underneath cover. Looks to be on the guard. And is. So going to roll the one guard to be a center guard. Just biting. They're sitting 1 for sure. It's very close for second shot. Julie T calling for the takeout. They're on it hard. On it really, really hard. It's going to hit, and it's going to roll under cover. Pretty darn good shot. I can see half of that, so Mark's going to call for a hit. Looks like we're going to have a good one here. That one is on the guard. So it's gonna serve to open things up. And our final scoring update for the second end. The Ritchie rink from Broomstones picked up another deuce, so they're up 4-0 over Ivan Duke of Philadelphia. Okay, Mooch is throwing his second. And that's going to come in and leave Chesapeake sitting 2. Possibly 3. We'll worry about that later. Looking for the hit and roll here. So Mark's one of the more competitive curlers in Nutmeg, really, you know, like anybody. He likes to win. Who doesn't like to win? Winning is fun. Shots on the way. It's a little bit down the way. It's a little bit narrow. They're on it right away. They're going to get the top one, so it's not a complete loss. Top one, and the other one's going to roll over, and it's going to be second shot. Still Chesapeake to stop the shot stone, rather, with Hammer. Crazy Julie T. Mooch Healy consulting. And we have a spotting of Dan Pearson. So Chesapeake has donned all matching hoodies. They says, warning, I really don't care. All right, so Julie T is going to come after that stone that's just been thrown against her. Broom right down the center line, and they are on it right away. Bob, no, not Bob. Craig is pounding it. And they held it. Nice shot for the Chesapeake skipper. So now, without any guards to hide behind, it's a tough situation here for Mark Zakin. He's going to try to freeze down to the shot stone, which is in the back forefoot. For my money, I think you need just a little bit more ice to get there. But the top four is pretty good too, as long as you're full four. So here we go, we're lined up. We got Bob and Rana ready to sweep. Barb on the broom. Final stone for Nutmeg on the way. They're fighting hard to hold it, and it was indeed not enough ice. And a fantastic draw over on sheet A by Dave Palazzoli. So, Julie T sitting 2 for sure. Might be more. Gonna draw for at least 3 here. That's on his way. Chesapeake hosts the Fun Spiel every year, a great time. Good oyster night every year. This one needs to find some breaks or hit something. And it digs in just well enough. So it's 1, 2, 3 for sure. And now they're going to take a look. And they made a decision. And Mooch makes it official. It is 4. So after 3 ends of play, it is 6-2 in favor of Chesapeake. We got skip rocks going on all the other sheets. As soon as I get some scores hung, I'll let you know what's happening. We're going to have live curling come to you all weekend here. We'll be firing it back up tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. Set your alarms now. First one comes into the house for Chesapeake. Now the second takeout attempt floats a little bit wide. Julie T calling to split the house. Since her first stone came in, she's perfectly content to spread out her own rocks here, and if this is done successfully, it will make it very difficult for Nutmeg to score a multiple. Realizing he needs points, he's going to leave those rocks in play and start to draw under them. And he guards a good one. This one's undercover, but it's got a lot of weight. And it does make it all the way through. So Julie just wants to throw one on the top of the 12-foot here. So Sheet C has posted their score. It was a single for Bucks County with special guest skip Tom Vespo. They're up 2-1 on Jay Ruzick. Jay, Judy Little, and the Seavards. Nice upweight hit coming here. It's going to get one. Will it get them both? Yes, it will. And almost roll under cover. Very well thrown stone there by Bob Baroni. So with the 4-rock lead, Julie is going to continue to try to clean up here. Takeout on its way. They're on it now. Got to really hurry to stay on the red only. And they have held it, and it's going to roll with a little bit of separation. Still 2 for Chesapeake. Mark staying with the offense here. He's going to draw underneath. Definitely trying to score a multiple score here with his hammer. Bob throws the second one. It's got a lot of pepper on it. And the way it goes, it's such a challenge for anyone really to throw a big hit like he just threw and then to throw the draw weight. That's a challenge for almost every curler. Even the guys you see on TV. So now with those two stones, I'm gonna ask Mooch to nestle one in there. They're on it for the line now. Julie really likes it. Really likes it, and you're gonna like that one. Tucks it underneath. It's behind the tee line. So Mark's got to take advantage of that right now. This one's coming down. The line looks really good. Now, it's going to take the bend, so you're sweeping for weight now. Gotta go. Gotta drag it. Gotta go. Well, you get shot rock out of it. Still fully exposed, but there is a jam potential. So Julie T calls for the hit. This one's narrow off the hand, and they are right on it. The question is, can they hold it? Can Craig and Joyce hold it? And that's going to be a no. So that changes the landscape a little bit. And now what is Mark going to do with that? He is contemplating draw underneath and kind of separating his assets. We have a third end measure over on sheet D. That game is moving at a leisurely pace. The measure was blue, we just don't know how many. No, it's all right. I want to hear the story. All right, so Julie T looking to throw the takeout here. That draw attempt came up a little bit light. So trying to remove the shot stone. They're on it right away. First stone for Julie T. They got to stay on it. They got to stay on it. Sweeping it hard. Craig and Joyce are going to make contact and roll undercover. That leaves Chesapeake sitting 4. Now Nutmeg with hammer. Going to draw down to the Chesapeake stone and try to make a skips deuce for Mark Zakin. So Mark's going to try to nestle one in there to try to make himself a skips deuce. The Nutmeg faithful are sauntering into the viewing area. So Mark's first is away. Appears to have weight. It's going to have to curl and come on down to it. It is really trying. It's trying real hard. And, oh, just behind it. That needed about 3 feet less weight. Taking a look over at one of our co-chairs, Jim Fannin. He's still looking chipper and happy to be here. We'll check on that tomorrow. We'll give you a Fannin update. Julie T trying to throw some kind of a guard. She got this one out there, and she's got this one out there with some weight. This is going to end up in a pretty interesting spot. It's going to be just on the tee line, or just short of it. All right, so Mark's going to have to address this. And this will be his shot for one. It's going to be a hit and stick. It's actually a good shot choice there for Julie. It does put some good pressure on her opponent, because there's not a lot of room to roll. So Mark getting ready to throw. Bob and Rana ready to sweep. Here we go. Pretty heavy weight, and they're on it hard. They're off of it. On and off is usually a good sign. I think you got to go. Got to go, and oh no, this is going to roll all the way off to make it a steal of 3. So after 4 ends of play, it's going to be 9-2 in favor of Chesapeake, I believe. They're looking again. I think it's just, well, okay, it's at least 2 for sure. They're taking a look at the third one. It looks like that's going to be a measure. And they indeed. What you heard there was us frantically waving to help Mooch find the measure device. That's certainly close enough for a measure. Really tough to tell from the overhead. So as it stands, it's 2 blue. And we'll get the verdict. While they do that, around the barn, Dave Palazzoli from Utica steals another single. He's going for death by paper cuts over Cape Cod. Although he is sitting 2 right now, and Mike Miner is throwing his hammer rock, facing 2, trying to throw the double takeout to score 2. Off the 1 and just underneath. Oh boy. It's a shame he couldn't see any of that, but it's another steal 1, so another paper cut. 4-0 Utica. And they do indicate that that was a Chesapeake stone. So that will indeed make it 9-2 after 4 ends of play. Ivan Duke got a deuce in the third. So they trail 4-2, playing the 4th end. And we're on Skip Stones on sheet C. We're coming down to a blue hammer. That being the Bucks-Ardsley combination with 3 Bucks and Ardsley. So we have Tom Vespa with Jolene Patrick, Brent Larson, and Joan Jennerjohn. Very nice of Tom to join one of our teams. Always a fun guy to have around the warm room. So there's a corner guard up for Chesapeake, and now this second shot is going to be a corner guard for Nutmeg. Need to keep some rocks in play if you're the Nut. Cowbell for a nice draw from Jay Rusick. Jay skates back with his 1978 Brownie broom. Sorry, never mind. Tom made that. No. Oh, my little crib sheet has the wrong teams on it. Somebody gave me the wrong teams. That's somebody sitting over in the luxury chair on the right-hand side of the seating. But we'll let him be because he's our Bonspiel chair. So, correcting the score, it's Jay Rusick holding a 2-1 lead. No, it's not. It's Tom. It's Bucks with a 2-1 lead. And Tom Vespo just made a stunning draw. Full 4. Oh, we got a nice double takeout attempt here. On the 1, stuff it. So still usable rocks for Nutmeg here. Trying to draw underneath here. For those of you who are local to the area, Brooms Up Curling Supplies will be here both Friday and Saturday. Gary Soslovich will be bringing his mobile store here on Friday between 4 and 8 p.m. and again on Saturday between 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. It's a great opportunity to take a look at all the fine items available. You don't have a chance to hold a curling broom or try on shoes very often on the East Coast, so come on by and Gary can get you all set up. Everything you need, Gary's got it. That's tomorrow, 4 to 8 p.m. and Saturday, 11 to 6. The hit attempt from Chesapeake fails to clear the Nutmeg Stone out, so Lee's Nutmeg sitting 2-3 right now, so Mark Zakin's got a little bit of stuff in the oven here cooking. They take out the Chesapeake Stone, and they're going to hang on. And all of a sudden, it's going to get a little bit more interesting kind of quickly because we got all these little frickin' biters sitting around. And they tend to add up on you. We got a front biter and 2 Marv Alberts. So, Julie's asking Mooch to tuck one under there and try to get, oh, and that one picked. Yeah.
What's the other one?
No, Chesapeake versus Nutmeg.
Nutmeg. Yeah, Chesapeake, Nutmeg.
And it's Utica versus Cape Cod on sheet A. Every game is throwing the fifth end right now. Now this one has a little bit too much mustard on it, but oh wow, look at that curl in. It might get down to that one in the back. And Mark's able to sweep it past. So looking to apply the pressure here and put a 180 on this game. Mark's going to draw a fourth stone in. You end up seeing a couple extra picks at Bonspiels because sometimes people make kitschy team shirts or whatever's, and they wear them before washing them, and they still have little fuzzies and stuff on them. There we go. Where there's a Will, there's a Jimmy. Jimmy's going to help out on a measurement on sheet D, although they just got it. That draw unsuccessful. Now Julie's going to try to cut them down here. All right, Julie's going for the intern hit. That's already on something. The question is, what's going to happen? She's going to come off her own, and now where's the shooter going to go? Rolls towards the center and just bites. Still 3 nutmeg. Mark Zakin getting ready, will be throwing his first skip ruck, electing to draw underneath cover. There's about 23 minutes on the clock. This sheet has plenty of time. Don't have to hurry, but no time to mess around either. Big draw here for nutmeg. On its way. All right, they kind of like the weight. Looks just a skosh heavy, and Mooch is on it, and he will get it to just come through. So, Mooch suggesting the tap to Crazy Julie. All right, so a tap coming from Julie Samatolis. Oh, it's surely tap weight. Gonna catch a piece. Gonna catch a big piece. Gonna catch a lot of a piece. And it's tacked to be shot stone, so probably not exactly the way she drew it up, but that's an end killer right there. Yeah, she's smiling. She knows it's, you know, it wasn't exactly the way she drew it up, but sometimes that's all it takes. So now to try to get a score of 3, or at least 2, Mark's going to have to fire that out. It's going to require a decent amount of weight, and it's going to be all the way out in the wings. Challenging shot. It's going to have to be at least a firm normal weight. So now Mark has to throw this firm weight hit. And here we go. Looks to be a touch tight for me, but I don't know. I'm not looking at it. Okay, it's tracking pretty nice. Past the guard, and oh, it just stuffs it. And we got another really tight one. And I think a little bit of sweeping there would have held it out. Maybe it could have kicked it across, but we'll see what rock goes in the house, and we'll know real quick. And it's 1 for red. That's a single for nutmeg, and it's 9-3 after 5. 18 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock to get all these stones delivered to be eligible for 8 ends. Scoring update over on sheet A. Mike Miner and his band of merry curlers have taken 2 to cut the deficit in half. It's now 4-2 in favor of Utica. Mark calling for the guard. He needs lots of guards. He's going to have to score in every end here. Trailing by 6. It is steal, steal, steals for your life. Beautiful 2 guard here right on the center line. That's a good start to a steal. This biter attempt a little bit heavy. They're going to try to sneak it underneath.
You're doing a fantastic job.
Oh, man. Thank you, Roland. I appreciate the validation from Roland Gerritsen Vanderhoop, who will tell you himself, if you're not Dutch, you're not much. Mark calling for a draw around. They got the line. It's all about the weight. And it could actually stand to curl some. But they're pounding it all the way for the weight. And that's going to be a tight 3 guard. Usable for them later. Oh, Julie, I think you need to call more ice to get there. Could know something about the way that her player delivers, though. Well, he's right on the broom, so it's probably going to be right on the guard. It's going to be really close to it, at least. And indeed, right on the guard. So as you're looking on the broadcast, the right side is the Hatfields, the left side is the McCoys. They'll come together at the OK Corral here in the 6th end. Wicks it open, and now Julie says, let's draw underneath under it. And the Nutmeg Faithful are starting to have fun with the whiteboards. What type of mischief are they getting up to here? Sending a little message to their team. It's not whether you win, but whether you look good. Nice jackets. We're really good at writing whiteboard messages, but we just don't show them to our clubmates. Well, I didn't comment on the first one. I read it, though. A lot of shots will work here that don't work other places. All right. So there's a biter there for Nutmeg. Appears to be a biter. I'm going to call it a biter. Julie T trying to draw underneath. This one is far too heavy. It is hack weight and more. Mark Zakin trying to draw in. They're going to be throwing draws all day. That just needed to come up just a touch more. All right, this one looks pretty darn good for line. They're just going to wreck. Still not much going on in the house. We still got the Hatfield and McCoy thing going on here. I would kind of like to see red curl around the other way. This one looks pretty nifty. It's just going to kiss. It's going to roll in, and I'd be off of it. There you go. You're cooking now. And Jay Rusick has tied it up in the fifth end, so it's 3-3 after 5 ends of play. A really nice game on sheet C. And we're still playing at a gentleman's pace on sheet D, so we're waiting, still waiting for the completion of the fifth end there. All right. So Mark Zakin sitting 1, and we don't know about that back biter right now. I still like red throwing an out turn here. We have the Hatfields and the McCoys. Scores, please. I mean, I don't, Jay tied it up, Jeannie. And Ivan has been languishing in the fifth end for about 25 minutes, so I can't help you. Last update I have is Ivan is trailing 6-2 after 4. And this will add another biter, so they're sitting at least 2. Don't know about the back one yet. Whew. Peel weight just from Brent Larson there. That's been a while since he's thrown that. Big shot from Mike Miner from Cape Cod. Deadly with that stick he is. So, Julie Samatolis. Trying to draw in here.
That is the defending champs from Utica.
Oh, really? Okay, so there they are, defending champions.
No. The Cape Cod runner-up, Jamie and Hutchinson. We missed the finals by 2 inches. Oh, okay. They had a draw and went right to the back, and just stuck.
Oh. This is a nice draw by Julie T. Look at that. That's like butter. Hey, they don't call her Crazy Julie for nothing. That's going to be the shot. So it's going to be an angle raise attempt here for 3. And Jeannie, I wish I had better news for you, but Ivan gave up a steal of 2. So it is Broomstones holding an 8-2 advantage over Philadelphia after 5. Here's another nice shot. Nice shot by Dave Palazzoli. But back to business. We got a big shot here from Mark Zakin. Angle raise for 3. Here we go. His first skip rock to lie 3 without hammer. This is just a touch wide. It's going to get an inside roll. So we'll leave him sitting second and third. Now Julie T is going to talk with her vice, Mooch Healy. So the conversation is, do you want to let him take another shot at that again? Or do you throw another stone in? For my 25 cents, I think I'm going to guard that shot again. Because if your opponent, scores 1 or 2 here, you're screwed anyway. So you might as well try to sit 3. Yeah, it looks like that Julie T is going to draw in, try to grab a piece of the forefoot and lie to, and by doing that would mean that if the angle raise was successful and were to roll off, she would still score. All right, so this looks a skosh heavy from Julie T. Okay, it's officially 1 skosh heavy, 2 skosh heavy, 3 skoshes, 5 skoshes heavy. So it's 1. 1 blue. It was a nice try by Nutmeg. They are eligible to play 8 ends rather. So after 6, it's Julie T 10 and Nutmeg 3. Draw a little bit Chournay. It's another single point for Utica. Defending champions, Jay Palazzoli, holding a 5-2 lead after 6, and they'll be able to play 8 ends if they like. We're on skip stones on sheet C, but we need to throw So just got filled in that the previous record for enrollment in this Bonspiel was 20 teams. So we are exceeding that by 14. So we're up to 34 teams for this event. Really great to see everybody come out. We have a corner guard up and a slightly off center guard and a draw behind it. So with a lot of stones in play and a lot to make, Mark just has to load it up and hope for the best. And the timer's about to expire, so that's going to mean sheet C is only going to be able to play 7 ends, which is going to be quite interesting because it's tied right now. It's still another stone to play. There's 33 seconds left with nobody in the hack, so. Oh, and that one just goes by. Sorry about that annoying noise. My computer encountered the blue screen of death. All right, so it's sitting one for nutmeg right now. They're trying to load some in there. Bob Baroni with his rock. Ah, there it is. That's what was doing it. And they will lie 1-2. Mooch is going to try to see what he can do about that. It looks to be on the guard, but it's going to get a relatively favorable roll, but it's still 2 for nutmeg. Got to keep on loading them in there. So it was a steal for Philadelphia and Jay Rusick on sheet C. It was a steal of 1. So they are up 4-3 going into their 7th and final end. Back on our featured game. It's 2 right now for Nutmeg. And Chesapeake with Jolie Samatolis. After a few iterations has decided what turn to throw. And Mooch has it away. Well, this is good for 1. It does clip theirs in the back. So 2 counters right now for Nutmeg. Joel and the Chesapeake, sorry, the Nutmeg faithful are holding out hope. Trying to stick another one in there. This one looks like it has a lot of pepper. Give me a little hit and roll action now. And that's quite successful, so it is now 3 Redstones counting. So a good shot there by Barbaroni. And Mark, don't count me out. Zakin's going to try to do his best. Julie T going for the takeout here. This one's a little bit wide. Mooch is saying don't ever even consider sweeping it. And away it goes. First stone now for Mark Zakin. Throwing a draw, he lies 3. He settles into the right-hander's hack. Needs to stick this, needs to have another one in the house. Weight looks just a hair heavy. Starting to come down nicely now. Brushes are on it. They're going to line it up in front of the other one. And a very good shot, and we'll leave him lying 4. So Crazy Julie T is going to skate on down and take a look at it. I think I said Somatulus enough times successfully today. Things starting to get interesting over on sheet A. Utica line 3 with hammer. Skip rocks about to commence. Mike Miner with his first one. We'll let you know how that turns out. But right now we're watching Julie T, and she's going to just go and remove some redstones. The theory here is you don't care. They can score just like not a lot. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the other turn. Okay, so it's a run back on our own blue. Gotta go, gotta go. Hurry hard to get past the first one. And you're going to be on the second one. Well, you removed one, and so you're sitting 3 nutmeg rocks, and it's a draw for 4. And if made, it would cut it down to a 3-point game. And it is handshakes over on sheet D. Congratulations to Broomstones Curling Club. Don Ritchie, Elaine Ritchie, Bob O'Reilly, and Fran O'Reilly. They will continue on in the A event. And good luck in the second event to Philadelphia and Team Duke, Ivan Duke, Pam Stefani, Dick Morelli, and Sharon Duke. Mark Zakin, final stone, and number 7. Okay, they watched it. They're on it now. All you need to be is in the 8-foot here. You got to be in the 8-foot. And that looks pretty good for the skipper there. So it's a score of 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the Nutmeg Curling Club. So coming home, it's Chesapeake 10, Nutmeg 7. All right, we're back with the final end here. End number 8. 3-point lead with hammer for Chesapeake. with Crazy Julie T. Most people call her Julie T because most people don't have the cognons to say Somontalis.
Spontalis. It's almost like tamales.
It's really easy when you just do that.
Spontalis.
All right, so Nutmeg requiring a steal of 3 here. They have a center guard, Mark calling for a second one.
Everybody give a shout out for Dave doing the commentary right now. Dave under 50.
All right, that stone sneaks into the house. Mark really wanted a guard there. Joel Leneker, ever positive. Takeout attempt is going to be just a skosh wide. Mark calling for a second guard. Needs something to work with here. Does need to end up with 3 counters. Things also interesting over on sheet A. Score 2 for Cape Cod. So it's 5-4. Utica with the hammer and the 1 stone advantage. This guard attempt a little bit heavy. Be well served to get a little tick and drag the 1 under cover. That's exactly what they're going to try to do. Unfortunately, it's just going to provide a larger target. Julie says hit one. A little bit of luck, they might get them both. It's going to get 1 for sure. Mission accomplished. Calling for a hit here. And need to go really hard to avoid disturbing your own. Oh. Just a touch outside. Call for a hit is coming at Peel Wade. If you sweep it, you can make it the other way. You can make it the other way. And it's going to go sideways and not quite get out. That's so nice that Jimmy's going to scrape for me for tomorrow morning. That's nice of Jimmy. Jimmy's getting ready for skip rocks, which we have. Jim Fenton leaps into action and moves extremely quickly, as he is known to do. So it's a tie game between Bucks and Philly. Tom Vespo from Ardsley Curling Club joining our 3 members from Bucks. He will, having scored, will be throwing the first skip stone on sheet C. We'll let you know how that works out. Right now, Mark Zakin is sitting 2. And here comes Mooch Healy with a hit. This appears to accomplish the job. Got it and gets the roll underneath. Very nice shot by Mooch. Which puts Mark in the unenviable position of calling a hit when he needs a steal. Generally, you want to leave as many of those rocks in play as you can, but you also have to be able to score, so it's a catch-22. On this one hard. Past the guard, real close to the double. 1 and 2. Almost. So Tom Vespo on his skip rock is almost full 4. Probably could have brushed that a little bit more, but not bad judgment there. So that's a good one. Jay Rusick does not have easy work to do. Julie T on the hit. And Mooch has that one covered and rolls right back to the button. So mathematics is starting to become a problem for Nutmeg. And the rock is about, skipstone's about 23 inches away from the button. Now Jay Rusick. Ken and Teresa are going to sweep it. They're both just watching it right now. Now Ken and Teresa are on it. Dragging it down. It's over the hog line. It's up to the 12-foot line. And it's going to stop just mid-12, and it will be a victory for Team Bucks and Ardsley. They'll be moving on to the A event. Congratulations to Tom Vespo, Jolene Patrick, Brent Larson, and Joan Jenner John. They'll be moving on. Here's a hit coming from Mark Zakin. It's going to hit, it's going to stick around. It is still Chesapeake sitting shot on the button. 2 3 stones for Nutmeg. All you really need to do is either remove a stone or draw another one into a tough place. If you were to draw it into the back 8 foot, I really don't know what Mark could do. So this is Julie T with her first. She's electing to draw under cover. That looks a touch toasty. And indeed, that is going to come all the way through the house with a little bit of aid. So the real question for Mark here is, how do you get that stone off the button? He feels like he can. It's underneath an extremely long guard. And there's been plenty of curl in this ice, so this shot is very makeable. Another one, Jim?
What's that?
Another one?
Another one? Yeah,
Look.
I might have to. That's why I'm getting a jacket.
All right, Mark Zakin here. Needs to throw probably a good board weight. Board weight, hack weight will do it too. The line's going to be the key here. Looks to be a solid control. They got to get past the top guard, and they are. So now will it get to it? It's curling. It's going to come up. Going to make the hit. Will it stick around? Will it stick around? Mooch is trying to get it out, and he can't, so they are going to be sitting three. Nice shot by Mark Zakin. He never counted himself out, and now, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. A little bit of fun there. We thought. All right. There's options here for Julie. She is going to, I think, just throw something in that general direction. And you see if she called a draw or a hit? I was too busy worrying about the stones being moved.
That's a lot of ice for a hit. Heavy draw that you got backing on.
Yeah, it's possible. It's a hit.
That's got weight.
Okay, going after the one in the back. I'd start sweeping. Oh, my goodness. Nice heavy draw, and it's going to out count and be shot, and that is a win for Chesapeake. Very good finish to a well-played game. Congratulations to Julie Samatalis, Mooch Healy, Joyce Johnson, and Craig Weisgerber. They'll be moving on to the A event. Dropping on down to the B will be Nutmeg, Mark Zakin, Barb and Bob Baroni, and Rana Zakin. Over on sheet A, we have possible skip rocks between Cape Cod and Utica. So right now, Dave Palazzoli is trying to line up a way to get the win with his hammer stone. Right now, Mike Miner has forced skip rocks. That's the position in which he lies. It is one for Cape Cod in the back of the 4-foot. Utica has one halfway in the 4-foot in front of the tee line. And those are all the stones you need to worry about. They're all covered by an assortment of guards. Dave Palazzoli lining it up. Applause in the warm room for the Chesapeake team. Dave Palazzoli's final rock is on the way. Sweepers aren't touching it. The vice is waving like no never. It's starting to cut in real hard. Is it gonna dig in? It drifts through the 4-foot and skip rocks again this draw. Skip rocks. So once again, over on sheet A will be 1 stone each. Between defending champion Dave Palazzoli and from Chesapeake, Mike Miner. Now having scored, it will be Cape Cod going first. The Cape Cod Curling Club, 3 sheets located in Falmouth, Massachusetts. They have a great series of summer spiels every year. You should take a look at them. The only problem is you have to be able to buy a hotel in the Cape in the summer. All right. Lining up. From the left-handed hack with a delivery aid. Mike Miner, skip rock, is away. Sweepers are watching it, and now they're on it. We're approaching the near hog line. It's really close. This is really close. If they go, they could put it right on the lid, and they are biting the button. They got a good 1.5 inches of the button, so that's going to be, say, about 7.5 inches on a good day. This is just as fast, Joel.
I think the GNCC would be glad to give you one because you are hosting this event.
Now, the way we measure skip rocks here at Bucks, we generally just use our measuring device, take a reading, lock it down, because 95% of the time you don't have to come back to that reading. The device is already out there. Only takes a second. You don't need to know exactly how far it is away. And the laser devices are a lot tougher to use once you get further and further out from the pin. So here's Dave's response. Following the same line, both skips electing to throw the in-turn. They think it's all there. They're nowhere close to it. And it is on the 4-foot and all there in a bag of chips. through the house, and that is a victory for the Cape Cod Curling Club, and congratulations to Mike Miner, Lori and Dave Benton, and Mara McCarthy. That wraps it up this evening from the Bucks County Curling Club. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great night.